Hi, Mark Oswald with Londonderry Heart, Home and Soul. We're going to talk about technology in real estate, and with me to do that, or to explain it, Mr. Ed Brzezinski with Merrimack Mortgage and Nellie Dowdy. Welcome.
Thanks, Mark.
So give us a brief overview historically where we've been and more importantly where we're going.
Oh, I think that if you looked at the last 10 years in the mortgage lending business, in real estate in general, you'll find that technology has driven the ability to apply for a loan, find out if you're pre-qualified, find out if you're pre-approved, and to find out if you can afford a property is faster, quicker, and easier than it's ever been before. And I think there are three ways that technology has enabled today's consumer to get their loans quicker and faster. And that would be, first of all, face-to-face with someone like Nellie, where you could sit and really have a conversation with Nellie ahead of time to find out really what you're qualified for and what you could make an offer on a property for, your affordability area. And I think the next step would be a face-to-face to either apply for your loan or fill in the blanks online. So years ago, that was only done at a bank's office, a realtor's office, or in somebody's home. So that still applies to the general public. I think the second way, so again, it's face-to-face, it's on your computer. And the third and fastest growing part is the ability to use your smartphone. They say about 80% of today's consumer has a smartphone, which means that they can have encrypted messages, they can send emails, they can take pictures, they have all kinds of ways that they can use their smartphone. And with today's banks and with today's mortgage companies, they generally all have apps that they will download to the consumer, and the consumer can apply right there on their phone. So what happens is that private information gets sent to the bank or the mortgage company, and it's encrypted. Nobody else sees it but them, and they in turn begin the process of the application. The other very, very, what I call cool and exciting part about it is that they can take pictures of their documentation, and they can send that directly to Nellie. Yeah. Nellie will then have all the documentation delivered immediately with checkoff lists versus putting it in the mail, meeting with Nellie, sending this stuff over. The absolute next step in that, and it's happening now, is you can give up your, quote, bank privacy and financial privacy to a bank or a mortgage company, and they'll go inside your bank accounts, they'll go inside everything and do the verifications. That's the next step that's happening today. The cool part is the smartphone. You hold it, you have a calculator, you can figure your monthly payments, your taxes, your insurance. All those things are in your hand.
Right.
So right now, it's so easy to start the process. Doesn't mean you're going to get the loan, but it does mean that you have an easier entry into applying for a loan.
My favorite part of the process, or my preferred method, is to actually speak with the client on the phone and to basically make that reach, touch base, and just say, you know, in order to save time, let's, if you don't mind, go to my secure site, apply at your leisure.
Sure.
You know, when your husband's home, he can log on, they create their own password, and then that information comes to me. And then prior to taking the time off work or meeting, what they're doing is I'm able to have that information populated right on my computer. I can review loan options with, you know, ahead of time, so that when I sit with them, that meeting is much more productive. A lot of people, though, are going, you know, online, and it kind of goes out to space. We're local. We're, you know, right here in New England. And so you're going to get somebody in New England that has the ability to meet with you most of the time.
Yeah. There's an old expression in our business, time is of the essence.
It is.
And now, particularly where we've come
Speed
full
counts.
throttle into a seller's market for a buyer out there, time is of the essence, and they need to move, you know, rapidly through that process and know where they're confident and comfortable in terms of what they can afford to buy.
Well, I think in your position, Mark, you get multiple offers on a property. Some of them get with a pre-qualification, whereas a loan originator will tell you, after speaking with them, this is how much they can afford. The second step would be getting an offer from somebody that's pre-approved, which means all the verifications,
Right.
all the information Nellie and Merrimack already has. And then we've made a decision, we'll loan you this much money based upon a residential property that comes in at this value.
And you hit the nail on the head. With multiple offers that we're seeing now, it's going to be the best prepared
Yes.
buyer and their offer that will win the day.
Well, I've always told people, if you have your finances in order, you have the ability to borrow money, and you can prove that through writing or letters from a mortgage company or a bank, that you can negotiate much stronger than somebody that says, I'm pretty sure I can get that loan. I hope I can get that loan. I have a national company online I applied to that said that. They haven't seen the property, but they said that. But they're in San Francisco, Chicago, New York City. I mean, all real estate's local. All lending's really local too. And our job is to create the technology to help people to apply quicker and faster, get their verifications in, so it pops out at the other end in 4 weeks, and here's the money.
Right.
And to help your seller. I think the other thing that we should hit upon, technology-wise, with the phone apps and things like that, you'll be able to know as a selling agent, that means you represent the seller, or as a buyer agent, what's going on with the loan. So once Nellie takes the loan, it goes into the system. We have milestones that will come out, and the notifications will go to all parties the instant they happen. So the communication level will be on steroids. That's what will happen. All of a sudden, everybody knows everything
Too much.
immediately.
Well,
Oh,
they
no.
are.
The seller needs the assurance that, yes, my house is under agreement. I have to be in Key West, thank God. Within 45 days,
Right.
is this going to happen on time? And if you get notified the same time the real estate agents get notified, the buyers and sellers and the loan originator, it all becomes a better experience for all people involved.
What I've learned in this business is I don't think that we can over-communicate
No.
to a client.
Not at
Not
all.
possible.
Yeah.
And especially to do so in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
So I think you're spot on in terms of the technology and the enhancements that brings, and really, for the most part, beneficial to the consumer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Because that's
time.
who we're all here to serve.
Yep.
Yep.
They also say that, I talked briefly about the fact that you could give up, or you could say to the bank or the mortgage company, if you want to look at my bank statements, you want to look at my finances and these certain institutions, I'm giving you permission to do that. Right now, they say 50% of the people asked will say yes, and 50% will say no, we'll get it for you. Because what you're allowing is somebody to get right into your stuff from an outsider's perspective. I would think over the period of the next 5 or 10 years, that'll grow and grow and grow.
We're not there yet, though, are we?
No,
no,
but
not yet.
it's that type of thing is happening.
Right.
Right.
I think the other thing is 35% of all the people that will buy properties in the next year will be millennials. 33% will be baby boomers like me. And you have to be able to market and to satisfy the needs of both those groups.
Okay.
Thoughts, comments?
I love it. How do you find it? How do you find
Very-
technology working for
It's
you?
extremely easy to use.
Yeah.
I think it's something that clients that I've worked with, buyers I've worked with, and sellers, because
Yeah.
I think you're right, Ed, when that goes out in terms of a status update
Yeah.
or report, it keeps everybody at ease.
Yeah, and they feel like they're a part of the transaction. They're not the last to know.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm technically challenged and I can figure it out.
Oh, you
so
do okay.
there's
You
hope
do
for everybody out
okay.
there, I'm telling
You
you.
do well.
Well, if we can help you at any time, myself or Nellie, but we'd love to help you with the phone app or a phone app or any which way you want to apply. We're there for
Right.
you.
You guys have been great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Credits will follow, so if you want to get a hold of Ed or Nellie with other questions, please do so.